the last few days have been absolutely nerve-wracking, I would say, for those who've been following the BTC price. We got close to the 10K mark and tested the resistance there. Bitcoin was on a whole bullish run, but then things took a turn and the BTC price actually dropped to below 8,500 within the last, I would say, 2 days. And so I know this dump was sort of expected, which I also talked about in our last video, considering that the miners before the halving will probably dump a lot of the coins, and so that could be a reason for that. But yeah, that was quite a significant change here. So Chris, where's your mind at right now? Have we reached the bottom, or is it right now a good time to buy in? What can we expect from the halving?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that there is a dump in and of itself, that was to be expected. However, I was surprised by the magnitude of the dump and also how quick it was happening, like 15 minutes, $1,500. Yeah. That was pretty crazy. I did not expect that. However, for me, it's not a problem at all, because usually I'm only zooming out, and especially on the shorter time frames, it's impossible right now to predict the market. So if you ask me for a price prediction right now in the short term, it could be 6,000 next month, it could be 14,000. It's really impossible. But zooming out for this year, I'm extremely bullish. I'm still looking forward to price targets of 14,000 for this year. But the route, or the road until there, it will be very bumpy, and we will see a lot of ups and downs. Yeah, regarding the halving, I think this is a very, very bullish event for the long term. In the shorter time frames, it shakes up the market, because yeah, the miners are not that profitable anymore, at least in the short term. The difficulty rate needs a little bit time to adjust. So yeah, probably we saw some minor pre-halving dumps. And yeah, but all of this, Bitcoin is a self-regulating mechanism. So all of this will level out at least within the next 2 weeks, when the difficulty gets adjusted and everyone stops freaking out. And so I'm very, very calm here, especially when I'm zooming out a little bit. Another very great news recently was this Paul Tudor Jones, the billionaire actually joining crypto. He will give an interview on CNBC today, talking about today being Monday, the day of the halving. And people like him joining the space and talking about that openly is extremely bullish, not only because, of course, he is creating some selling pressure, but also very high net people are following him, and other hedge funds, he is running a hedge fund, will probably get some FOMO as well. So the last days, especially also considering the dump, they made me even more bullish on Bitcoin. So if you are not in Bitcoin, it's no financial advice, but you might as well consider scaling into the market or dollar cost averaging in.
Awesome. Yeah, I think, you guys have heard it now from an expert also. I think a lot of people have always this fear of, is it too late to join this whole Bitcoin space? Because of course they heard there was this bullish run in like 2017, so is it over? But yeah, as you said, if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, things are just getting started. And so just for one last prediction, because what we've heard from Tim Draper was that the price of Bitcoin will go up to 250,000 until the year of 2023. So do you have like a price prediction in mind for, say, let's say in 3 to 5 years time?
Mm-hmm. I could agree to that. 250K seems very reasonable to me. Okay. Let's just consider today's money, today's purchasing power, because especially with the actions the Federal Reserve and other central banks like the ECB, European Central Bank, the People's Bank of China, and all these central banks out there are taking, they are inflating the fiat currency supply, and that's why they are actually stealing the purchasing power of the people. So things like gold or Bitcoin will be inflated, and the prices will rise over proportionally. So if we just take today's purchasing power in mind, I think 250,000 in today's money is very reasonable. It could be 150, it could be 400,000, which would, by the way, equal the gold market cap. And but this is not the end of the road. I'm looking forward to much higher prices even in like 10, 15 years. It really depends on how fast the people will lose their trust in fiat currencies and how fast the deflationary period, which is about to come, will go over into a hyperinflationary or hyperinflationary period. So I would agree to 250,000, the 250,000 prediction of Tim Draper as being the middle range of my own prediction, between 150 and up to 400,000 US dollars, which is the gold market cap.